All right, let's see how long it takes tonight. The magic question, as always, is how long does it take tonight? Let me check on my phone. I'll do it on my phone tonight. It goes faster sometimes. Nice. We are live. We are live. Let's see how many people jump on at one time. Let's see. It's Sunday night. It's a party on Sunday night. How many people? Ooh, it's taken a long time to bring people in. There we go. Modesto, California, Natalie, the first one I saw. Now they come flying in. Brian, my man. Ooh, I have avatars tonight. It's not. Oh, this is cool, guys. So I have an updated app, and now it doesn't just show me Facebook. It shows me your lovely faces. Rhonda from Kentucky, I see who you are now. Let's see. Tracy from Clymer, New York. I can see who you are now. Guys, you got to change your avatar pictures to your faces now. Now I can see my public. This is fantastic. Bel Air, Maryland. Karen, hello. Welcome. This is so much more fun now. Sue from Buffalo. Hello. I get to see your shiny faces. This is great. Julia from Prescott, Arizona. Kathy, hello. Justin in Texas. Looks like you're in a lake. Missy. Hello, Missy. Good. Minnesota, Annette. Hello. Kelly from Minnesota. I'm so happy now that this has just changed tonight. I get to see Texas, Brian. I get to see your wonderful face. Michelle from Ohio. Looks like Greg, Gold Coast. Billy from Boston. Looks like a Red Sox fan. It's okay. Aaron in Indiana. Christy from Wisconsin. Ann from Virginia. Hello. Miss Sylvia. Hi, Sylvia. I am so it's the small things that I enjoy in life. Literally small things that I get really excited about. And now I'm super excited that every single night I no longer have to. It used to be where it popped up on my feed. I get your comments, obviously. It used to just be a Facebook logo or a YouTube logo or a Periscope logo. That's all it would show me. But the new one, I get your avatar from each of those things. So Judy in Australia, I see you. Hi, Janice, with your curly hair. And let's see. So this makes it so much more fun. Hello, Chris. Shane in Toronto. Hello. Welcome. Mr. Canada. Wendy in California with some sweet sunglasses. Chris in Missouri. Michelle in Orlando with a great suit on. Melissa from Deltona around the corner. Hello. Let's see. Kevin Ship. I don't know. Hard to say. Lori in Ohio with some kids. This is awesome. Athens, Georgia. Miles. Awesome with your kids. Very cool. Connie in Nebraska. Man, I could do this all night. I'm not going to, but I could do this all night now that I can see awesome faces. Jerry from New Orleans, hello. Let's see here. Very cool. Michelle Prescott, hello, Maine. Let's see. People are talking about ETs already. Sydney, Australia. Rose, hello. Blonde hair. All right. Cool. Well, let us dive right in. Now that I have faces, I have to make myself get back on track here because I'm going to have fun with that. All right. Well, welcome, guys. Sunday evening. Dr. Jason Dean, Revolution Network, your source for health, freedom, and knowledge. All right. Let me cover a couple things first before I dive in. So I put out a little post earlier today. It's basically saying, how long do you think it'll take to get rid of a possible thousands of years of this, whatever you want to call it, evil, satanic, crazy, different planet, whatever you want to call it. Basically, a bunch of bad people running the planet, running the country, etc. If that's been happening for thousands of years, potentially, because we even know Jesus was battling some pretty evil people, right? So thousands of years plus. How long do you think that it will take? Because yes, we have founded our country 1776. But then if you look at history and you actually read your history after 1776, we had ourselves a national treasury, but then we had a couple people involved Like, George Washington was not always the greatest person in the world. Hamilton wanted a central bank. Like, they were working with bankers. I don't know if you know that some of your founders were actually working with central bankers. So they did some good things, but they're also doing some not so good things. So they were even battling back and forth with these evil people, and some were working with them, some were trying to make us our own country. How long will it take to those roots go deep down into the ground, right? Deep. The reason I brought this up is everyone wants immediate results. So as Americans, I scroll through my Facebook feed, my Twitter feed here and there, and you have people going, when is this going to be over? Why isn't this happening faster? Why isn't Q doing this? Remember what I said. We are not necessarily Q. Well, we are not Q worshipers. We are not President Trump worshipers. What we are is we're patriots. We're noble patriots. Our intention and our focus is to save the country and then save the planet too. Because yes, I would also like to have my energies not only save my country, but also save other people's countries as well. I want Canada to be sovereign. I want Australia to be sovereign. I want UK to be sovereign. I want China to be sovereign. That's part of my ultimate goal as well, not just America. I want others to get rid of their evildoers as well. So, hey, if you can do it in 4 years, that would be wonderful. But I'm not expecting it to be done in 4 years, nor do I think anyone should be expecting it to be done in 4 years. So, has this been in the works for a long time? Has this been in the works since 9/11? Has this been in the works with JFK Jr. and President Trump, or then just Donald Trump and now President? I don't know, guys. At the end of the day, I don't know. I have some insiders that tell me some things. I have some people who I know personally who are directly connected to the president. I have talked to them a little bit. I will probably soon again. But the president of the United States did not come to me directly and say, hey, Dr. Dean, this is what we're doing. I don't have that, right? So I can do as much research as I can. I go down a lot of rabbit holes. But do you really, really think it's just going to take 4 years to eradicate a long period of time? Now, could the impossible happen? Could this be happening a long? I remember I talk a lot about extra planetary stuff out there. So could it happen? Sure, it could. I'm just saying, do me a face, America, or do me a favor, America. Let's be a little patient, right? Now when I say be patient, I don't mean don't push. Push, yes. But be patient. Either way, we have to go into the next 4 years of another president. Whether it's our president, and hopefully he stays the course, or, hey, by the way, just so you know, if we don't fight our butts off, you could have a President Biden, you could have a President Clinton, you could have a President Obama again, you could have a President Pelosi again. So just know, anything can happen. But how long does it take? Well, I'm assuming it's not going to take 4 years to remove thousands of years of oppression. What I do think is going to happen is I think that some people are going to be very stunned and shocked, because I'm not even focusing on the election right now. I mean, I know which way I'm going to vote. I know I'm going to show up at the polls and I'm going to do what I need to do, right? What I've been focusing on, remember, this long game right here, right? So everyone's freaking out about something here and there. I'm worried about down here. What are we getting to? I believe, ready? Here we go. I believe the Vatican's going to fall. I believe the Pope's going to fall. I believe when that occurs, I have read enough from Jim Mars and his sources when he was still living. When the Vatican falls, guys, you will have an entirely different planet. It will be literally flipped upside down, because the information that they have, that I've read about, that is sourced back to the National Geographic Discovery, all the way back to all these organizations, the CIA, the Mossad, MI6, all these different places. When the Vatican falls, and it's going to be 3 places to fall. The Vatican's going to fall. The UK, or I should say London, actually a little area in London where the Queen was. And then you have Washington, D.C. Remember, Washington, D.C. is not a state, right? So you have, and if you know anything about history and you read anything about this whole cabal, Vatican, London, D.C. How does it work? The Vatican is the spiritual part. They're lying. They're lying about a lot of stuff. Then you have London, which is the finance. Then you have Washington, D.C., which was the military. Those 3 things are what run the planet. They are run by the bankers. They are run by the cabal. They are run by, let's just say, the top of the pyramid. If those 3 things fall, if you think you're going to work the next day to a normal world, you are sadly mistaken. If those 3 things fall, your planet and everything you thought you knew and everything your planet knew is going to be flipped upside down. Life will never be the same. So when I hear people going, it's not going fast enough, it's not going fast enough, I want it done now, where are the arrests, where are everything else? They're going to change the entire planet. And your life, my life, will never be the same. Obviously, we hope this goes in a very good direction, but it very well could go in the bad direction, right? And this could have already happened behind the scenes. I'm not saying it isn't. A lot of people are saying it's happened already. I don't know if it has it. You don't know. I don't know. Have I found indications that it's happened? Yes, I have. But I can't show you evidence of that. No one can, because it would be happening behind the scenes and it's higher ups and they're not going to show you right away. But this is the stuff that's actually going down. Now, on top of that, we have an economy. So, is everyone okay if I show you tonight the simplicity of buying cryptocurrency? Because along with that change, if London falls, which is the world financial system, if London falls, guess what? Your financial system falls. The petrodollar, the fiat Federal Reserve note falls. There will be a new system of finance, right? And guess what? Whether it's New World Order or it's not New World Order, you're going to get some form of digital currency. That's partly what crypto is. I'm trying to, and let me tell you, I'm trying to find actually good crypto people, and that's not as easy as you might think to bring on the show, okay? Because I want real information. I don't want a bunch of BS. I don't want a bunch of people just trying to sell something necessarily. I will have people on here that are happy to sell something, but I want someone who has an ethical product or ethical service to sell. I don't want people just pushing random stuff. That's not what this is about. I protect my tribe. I want to protect everybody. I want people who are actually knowledgeable and educated in something that can then show you a good way. So I'm going to actually show you tonight how one of them works. Very simple. Okay. So, but your economic system will completely change. It is going to completely change. There's no way around it. Whether you want to call it Nasera, Jacera, or not, it's going to change because there's crypto and there's blockchain coming. And for people who are freaked out about that, you have to realize there's also called decentralized open source ways of trading money back and forth digitally. So get this whole thing out of your minds that anything digital is New World Order and is central bank. Yes, there are some, but there's also a ton that are considered decentralized, open source, meaning open to everybody, meaning no one owns the rights to it. It's not a slavery system. Okay, so stop worrying about that. And that also does not mean cashless. Okay, cashless gets thrown around a lot of ways. I don't think by the way, cash will not go away overnight. Just not going to happen. Too many people have cash. No system ever works like that unless you had a complete, utter collapse and downfall. And I've talked to enough people, they don't think that they're going to be a complete downfall. Fred Tashevsky I should be on this week. If not, next week, we'll talk about that as well, okay? So that's where I wanted to start. However, let's dive into some fun stuff, okay? Economics. This sounds like there's a payroll tax cut still potentially coming. I don't know for sure. However, this is what I want to show you. Either way, this economy is going to skyrocket. Absolutely skyrocket. Why is that? Let me take you through a few bullet points that I had to write down tonight because I was kind of watching some stuff and I had to knock these out. All right. First of all, people are employed right now. Spending is going up. It just is. The economy is going up. Even though there's a lot of industries down right now, they're still not back up, etc. There's still money being pumped into the economy. Now, if you take out the payroll tax cut, or if you take out the payroll tax, if you cut it, you have business owners like myself and many of you out there. That makes a radical difference for everybody across the board. Again, I've talked about this a long time ago. If you take a payroll tax out, me as a business owner, I get really excited. I get really excited for a couple reasons. Let me tell you why I get excited as a business owner. One, I don't have to pay payroll tax out, meaning that is more money in my pocket, which I am not the type that just holds on to all the money. My job in business is I want to expand at all times. So what I do is I take that money and my wife and I reinvest that into new employees, staff, new projects, new expansion. That benefits everybody, okay? That's huge. But also keep in mind, I am not the type of business owner where I sit back and I just take paychecks all day long. It does not work that way. If I do not take care of people in my practice, I actually have it set up where I do not get paid. Meaning I have to show up every single day and I have to work to get paid. I don't work off of a salary. I work off of if I produce, I get paid. Literally meaning if I decided to take a vacation day or a vacation week off, if I take a vacation week off, I actually have my company set up where I get paid $0. Now, I have systems set up behind the scenes for my family to where I don't crash and go down because obviously we all need vacation, we need time, we need like rest, etc. However, if you take the payroll tax away from me as an employee, because I'm an employee of my company, my paycheck also goes up more than it already is. Meaning I can now save that or I can spend it. We don't save. We have funds to handle any emergencies, but we're a mentality family where we actually put money into other projects to produce more income. Because to me, ultimately, at the end of the day, a savings will only get you so far. But if you have multiple companies that are producing you multiple income, that's your ultimate savings account. Because then no matter what, you can always liquidate something. You can make it go away and you get that cash in, and then you can take care of whatever you need to take care of, right? You should have cash flow. Cash flow is what actually makes everything go right. So now, if you get rid of the payroll tax, so self-employed people like myself get really excited. Unemployed people become not unemployed anymore. Because if you have companies who have more money, guess what happens? You hire more people. Literally, the unemployment has to go down if the payroll tax is either taken away or lowered a substantial amount. This is fantastic. This is great news for all of us. Now, that means new jobs are also required, okay? That means even people who are trying to sit their butts at home and live off the welfare system. I'm going to tell you right now, the welfare system will fundamentally change forever. Meaning, there will be probably things that go into place that require you to start working at some point, even if you go on welfare, which welfare system will most likely always be there, okay? Because as Americans, as planet Earth humans, excuse me, we should always take care of our people. Now, when I say take care of our people, I don't mean to just let them live like that forever. It means, hey, you hit hard times. It can happen. Here's maybe a month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever it is, okay, to get you back up on your feet. But that comes away after a certain period of time. Because if you have a real system, a real economic system, people actually want to go to work. People actually want to produce to make money. And we're not leaving any economic system anytime soon. This will always be an economic planet. It's always going to be there, as far as I can tell. So, unemployment goes down. New jobs are created. If you have a new economy with new things, like, for example, did you ever think that Uber Eats would be a friggin' service, right? Like, I don't use it a lot necessarily because I don't like to spend $10 to get my food delivered. That will slowly come down as more competition comes into the market. However, how long has Uber Eats been around? A couple of years now? Maybe. Okay, 5 years ago, someone told you there's going to be a service where when you're bored or you do not feel like getting up off of your couch, or you've had a long day, or you're in a city somewhere and you don't know where to go, but you just want food right now, or you get in a late flight like I have before, like flying in late somewhere. Like one night I flew into Chicago very late. I got in about 11:30 at night. I was traveling on my own. I fly crazy hours when I'm on my own. Get in there really late. I'm hungry at 11:30 at night because I've been traveling all day. So I literally called Uber Eats at midnight and had food delivered to the hotel I was staying at. I did that in Las Vegas as well once. 5 years ago, there was no such thing as Uber Eats. I don't believe so. If it was, you still get my point, right? How many people are now out there delivering for Uber Eats, right? I get my groceries delivered to me, right? I get my groceries delivered to me for several reasons. One, because I don't have a lot of time, and we really don't have a lot of time to shop. And two, I don't like shopping that much. And three, right now, I decide not to battle everyone in the store over masks and gloves. And so it's been easier just to have things delivered, right? You didn't have that 5 years ago. Welcome to the beginning of your new economy. Now, you can say Amazon, you can say all these companies, they're bad. I get it. But guess what? As the service becomes more, you'll have more competition come into the market. That's how it works. Welcome to free market economics. Welcome to capitalism and how it's supposed to actually work. So, do you think we're going to have time to have unemployed people? No, because you're going to be able to have people doing more Uber services, Uber Eats, DoorDash. You're going to have people, there might be services that aren't even made up. There will be services a year from now that aren't even created yet that someone is thinking about right now. And we put in place, and next year you're going to have an entirely different service or product that you never thought of that is going to make all of our lives simpler and easier. And welcome to your new economy. And this is how it actually works, okay? You will probably have, within the next 4 years, as long as we stay on the same pace, if you have a Biden or a Clinton or an Obama or a Pelosi in, you will not get this. You will not get this at all. If you have the current president, I'm assuming based on previous track record, this is what you will have. You will have probably the lowest unemployment and the highest employment ever in the history of this country. By far, okay? By far. And then you have people spending less, okay? Medication costs are going down. You're putting more money into people's hands. All right? More money into people's hands. This is what it looks like. You have gold and silver going on the rise. Guys, the new economic system is literally written all over our world today. Gold and silver skyrocketing, jobs being created, medication costs going down, unemployment going to be going down. The only reason unemployment shot up is because they freaking ran a pandemic. That's the only reason. Do you realize that if that hadn't been run, the stock market, and I'm not obviously I'm not worshiping the stock market. I don't even like the stock market, but it is a barometer to go for right now in our current economy. Do you realize the stock market could have been 30, 35,000, 40,000 by this point? Do you realize that's how high it would have gone? That's what we're looking at. That is the new economy, and it's going to be very, very impressive. Now, along with this new economy, will movies come back? Will entertainment come back? I know sports are back, but I'm not watching them. I am a gigantic baseball fan. I love baseball. I am watching zero baseball. I am a gigantic Yankees fan. I will not watch my Yankees. They're not really mine, but you know what I mean. Until this BS ends. I am not, and you know what? At this rate, you might actually see sports end. Do not be shocked if there aren't any sports in the next year or two. Do I think that'll happen? No, I'm just saying don't be shocked. I think we're going in a very, very different way. But I tell you right now, the only sports I have seen to this point is an occasional 1 or 2 second clip as I'm scrolling through my Twitter feed. That's literally it. I'm giving it no attention. I will not give it any money. And trust me, I usually go to a couple games a year. I usually buy the $150 MLB extra innings package online. I'm not buying it. It's an extra $150 in my pocket. I usually would spend, because I used to travel to cities off and on for seminars. And if I went into a city and there was a baseball game in town, I would literally spend upwards of probably $300 to $500 a year in baseball tickets to go to a game. I am spending none, at least this year, until they decide to turn around what they're doing, because I think it's wrong. I think it's disgusting, and I will not fund them with my money, just like I will not fund Disney. Guys, I live probably 30, 35 minutes-ish from the biggest theme park, I think, on the face of the planet. I don't know. I know China has some, but like Disney is down the road. I used to have an annual pass to Disney, right? I will spend no money on Disney from here on out unless something radically changes and I'm proven that it's changed, or it's proven that it changed. It's that simple. We don't have TV. I canceled Hulu. I canceled Netflix. We have no cable. All I have is internet and YouTube. I canceled all of it across the board because I will not give money. This is how I look at it. And I'm not telling you what you have to do. You can make a conscious, ethical decision on your own. If I find out something in my world that I am consuming and spending money on that is used in any way, shape, or form for supporting Marxism or supporting human or sex trafficking of anybody, I don't care if it's a child, a woman, or a man, I will not give that money. I will not give that a penny. Now, I will literally be scouring our world to find out if there's anything that we give money to that supports that, and I will literally cut it off. And if that means cutting off what I'm doing right now, that's what that would mean. Now, I'm hoping that's not the case, and I don't think that is the case. I'm just telling you, I'm not going to support the destruction of humankind. It's that simple. And I will definitely not support the harming of children in any way, shape, or form. At all. Line in the sand. It's over. We are not going to continue to destroy our civilization and the children who create the next civilization. Okay? Just so you know. So I was getting on the whole Hollywood thing and I started to rant. Let's go into actor Antonio Sabato Jr. I think that's how you pronounce it. He announced a plan for a conservative movie studio. Let me show you this headline. So, this is what we're going to do. We are going to have a conservative movie studio. Actor Antonio Sabato Jr., who is, I have seen him before. I don't know a lot about him because I didn't really watch soap operas. However, this is fantastic. So he plans for a conservative movie studio. He's been working on it. We're putting a plan together to create a conservative movie studio for all patriots to do projects that Hollywood would never do. No more blacklisting and no more injustice from the socialists' elites. This is fantastic. Absolutely tremendous. He was in General Hospital, Melrose Place, and The Bold and Beautiful. So he's a big soap opera guy. He's obviously a good actor. He wouldn't be around still. But then, this is what he says. So he says, all my representatives left me, from agents to managers to commercial agents. I literally had to move, find a new job to survive, and take care of my kids. In a March interview with Variety, Sabato talked about the rejection he faced in Hollywood. It's a disgrace, he said. It's tough because if you're in that environment in Hollywood and you have something to say that they don't like, they're going to let you know. Although the adjustment was not without its difficulties, Sabato claims he stands by his values and that made him stronger. My integrity is intact. What I believe in is still intact, he said. What doesn't break you makes you stronger. That's what they say. So I'm stronger than ever, and I didn't have to lie about who I am. So that is absolutely tremendous. And let me go right to the next article. If you guys didn't see this, this is tremendous. Okay, what does this mean? Oprah is shutting down O Magazine print edition, okay, after 20 years with embattled Hearst Publications. I'm going to read this real quick because it's quite fascinating. It's a short read. O stands for Oprah and for over. The Oprah magazine, called O, is apparently over. Begun 20 years ago in print and 10 years ago digitally, there are reports that O will cease print operations with the December issue. The website may continue. One editor has hinted that on social media. This is a surprise since the magazine had been considered a success in Hearst's shaky empire of publications that include Good Housekeeping, Cosmopolitan, Esquire, Harper's Bazaar, and Marie Claire. O has a reported average paid circulation of 2.2 million copies and a 10 million print audience. But Hearst is in a huge crisis since the ousted this week of CEO Troy Young after a New York Times story exposed his extreme bad behavior. Young and his cohort, Chief Content Officer Kate Lewis, came from the digital side of the business, took over the magazines, and began destroying them. It's unclear right now if Oprah herself pulled the plug or Hearst did it for her. It would seem if Oprah, who appeared on every cover, wanted to continue to print the print magazine, she could publish it or herself or move it to a different publisher. But the headaches of continuing may be something she's simply not interested in anymore. She's 66 years old and concentrating on her OWN network. The whole point is, isn't it interesting how a lot of people who have destructive attitudes towards life destroy things in the way? And I talked about this a week or so ago, is look at somebody who creates something versus destroys something. Now, yes, Oprah did create an empire, but after a while, karma will catch up to you. If you're doing things for the right reasons, ethically, morally correct, you're going to do things good and karma will not come back and punch you in the face. However, sometimes karma punches you in the face because Oprah has been speculated very strongly to be part of the entire human trafficking pedophilia industry. Now, I'm not saying that without any evidence. You guys can go look at it. We've seen it all. We've seen parts before. She's connected to basically every single criminal that we've talked about in the last several months. And maybe, just maybe, karma is catching up to her. Now, I'm going to dive into interesting stuff about you guys going out and shopping. I told you a story earlier today that last night I walked right into a restaurant, walked right out, no problems, no one said a word, etc. Blah, blah, blah. You can go read for yourself. However, I'm going to tell you, things are changing. First, John Solomon report on this tonight. And I want to take you to this because this is really important. John Solomon reported tonight, Yale epidemiologist says hydroxychloroquine is the key to defeating COVID-19. So wait a second. We're changing again. We're changing again, okay? So now we're talking about tens of thousands of patients with COVID-19 are dying unnecessarily without the drug, he argues. This is from Yale now. Now, I'm not super impressed with epidemiologists. I had trouble saying that word the last time I tried to tell you that, but yes, it's epidemiologists. Tonight, my mouth works a little better, right? I don't love the science of epidemiology, but here we go. The point is, now Yale is standing out and saying we should do something about it. All right. Uh, the quote was, when the inexpensive oral medication is given very early in the course of illness, before the virus has had time to multiply beyond control, it's shown to be highly effective. Okay. They're basically saying that this should have been used a long time ago in the very beginning. Oh, but wait, hold on. Didn't the all-knowing Dr. Fauci say no, and he cut down and shut down every single thing we had to do with HCQ? Now, again, I am not a fan of the medication because I know there's other ways to handle it that are natural ways. We talked about those many times. So obviously, I would prefer the herbal natural way. However, for anybody who is not into the natural ways, this medication is pretty benign. It's been shown not to destroy a human body. So if you have to take it once or twice to get rid of something like this that could be a real problem, then I think most Americans, if they decide to go that route and want to go through the medical route, then they should be taking that medication if they had COVID, if they're so concerned with it. But they've been stopped because of our insane train wreck of a CDC and NIH. Now, as you go about your daily business, are you going to walk into a store or you're not going to walk into a store? How many people out there have had problems walking into the store? Because I will be honest with you. The last couple of months, I have been pretty much a work and home individual. Okay, not a lot of big difference there. And I have not avoided stores. I just have been much more efficient in how I'm shopping. So I only go to and I never really was a big shopper. I didn't go to a lot of places before, so it really doesn't make a huge difference in my life. I just stay really busy, and a lot of things I have delivered and stuff like that. And the restaurants that we do go to have no problems because we went to people who are sane business owners and sane restaurant owners. Okay, but a lot of people are not going out because they are not going to wear masks, obviously, but also because they don't want to get into confrontation. They don't want to get into an argument, whatever it may be. And I totally understand that. And if that's your choice, that's your choice. That's fine. I totally get it. And I don't have a problem with that because, yes, I don't want to create more problems out there than we already have, right? So if you decided not to get involved in that, that's great. If you want to wear the thing around your neck, the little card, whatever it says, whichever one, whether it's religious or medical or anything else, that's fine. Go for it, right? However, this is the problem. I have a feeling that big companies are losing money, meaning revenue and profits going down. So what happens when you have people like Walmart, you have people like CVS, you have people like Lowe's, maybe Home Depot, big box stores, obviously. Now, I'm not talking about the small businesses because I think small businesses don't want to push back. And a lot of the lawsuits that are being put in counties right now is actually telling businesses because stopping someone from coming into your business regarding a mask is very different than if a business owner wants to not bake a cake for a gay couple, right? I'm not going to go into that whole thing tonight. That's not the point. I'm just saying a lot of people are saying, well, they should be able to stop somebody from coming in who's quote unquote sick in a mask. No, I'm sorry, that's not the case. It's actually illegal. And Representative Sabatini is actually handling this. They're getting the mandates changed to say a business owner cannot stop you from coming in. They cannot stop you from doing business in their place without a mask because you can't discriminate via healthcare, right? Now, I'm not saying discriminate against gay people. That's entirely a situation, but there are certain situations where business owners should not have to take someone's business if they don't agree with something. However, we're talking about something very different when we're talking about healthcare, and we're talking about something that is not widespread, and you can't force somebody in a business to wear something so they can come in and shop. Like, that's actual discrimination. When you stop somebody from coming in, right, when there's no legal law or anything like that, legislation regarding that thing, it's actually discrimination to stop somebody from coming in. So the whole point of this is, I think big companies are starting to lose money. And on top of that, a lot of the people who are standing at the door with the mask and being mask patrol, they are also having problems because you have people coming in. Now, I don't want non-mask people to be aggressive. That's not how we should act. If you are, don't do that, right? But they're getting a lot of pushback. So let me take now. I'm gonna actually give CNN some credit tonight, even though it's the Clinton News Network and they suck. and they're fake news. I actually have two CNN articles tonight, and I actually did it on purpose because I had to show you that I'm not just taking from, sources that are in the bag. Here's a CNN sourced article. Here we go. So this is Walmart. Okay. Walmart and others will still serve customers who refuse to wear masks despite new rules, right? So Walmart and others, and this is a long article. It's kind of messed up. Okay. And I can't stand these sites because they have so much commercial advertising on them and it's hard to actually find out. There we go. Okay. So Walmart and other major retailers made headlines last week with a new requirement for customers to wear masks in its U.S. stores, but the new rules only go so far. So this one actually calls out Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, Walgreens, CVS, and others. They say they won't permit customers who refuse to wear a mask from shopping in stores. The issue, they say, is they want to avoid confrontations between angry customers and employees. Retailers and their employees are finding themselves playing the uncomfortable role of mask police. All right. There is no federal mandate to wear a mask, and many state and local governments have not required to wear one. This has forced retailers to navigate a patchwork system and left them in the position of having to create their own policies. So this is massive from the standpoint that you guys need to stand up for yourself. And on top of that, they're going to be very, very, very light on the system, I have a feeling. And let me tell you, this is going to be more contagious than COVID. Pun intended. All right. This is going to be contagious. You know why? If Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, the CVS's of the world, if they stop pushing back, guess what? Everyone's going to stop pushing back. And then when you find out that not everyone's getting sick, guess what's going to happen? Everyone's going to start dropping the thing on their own. Even though you have stupid mask orders around different counties, which are illegal, you're going to start seeing where all of this stuff drops away because everyone is sane for the most part and they're tired of this. So watch out for this. I think it's going to happen very quickly. I think you'll probably see this within less than a month, probably a couple weeks max, where you see all these stores actually taking it down themselves, and I think that's massive. Okay, now on top of that, let me tell you what China is doing. China is going insane. So China is fighting the coronavirus with a digital QR code. All right, here's how it works. This is insane, folks. Okay, they're actually, I don't think there's a picture here, but okay, well, that's the best picture you can find. Okay, so there's a restaurant there of some kind. All right. These were Chinese office workers. I'm sorry, not a restaurant. Chinese office workers. There's a QR code on their phone to say if they're good or not, if they've been checked or not. And essentially what it sounds like, I only read through it a little bit. Here it is. Okay. If your QR code is green in China, you're okay. If your QR code is red, you have to self-quarantine or government quarantine for 14 days. Okay? If you have an amber code, you be quarantined for 7 days. So green can move around, red and orange. All right, guys. That's communism. That's how communism works. That is not how America's going to work. We're not going to do QR codes. We're not going to do tracing. We're not going to do any of this BS. Okay? And we do not play this game at all. Okay? By the way, for anyone jumping on right now, the number's going up. I love it. Just wait. The next one is, I have some AOC video for you, which is going to be phenomenal and exciting. But, noble patriots, we will not fall to a communist country. I am not going to walk around with a cell phone with a QR code on it saying it's green, amber, or red. This is not going to go down. All right? So I need you to step up. I need you to be loud. I need you to be vocal. I need you to go into your restaurants, into your stores, etc. And I need you to stand up for yourselves. And I need you also to be in communication with people around you, with your officials, with anyone in your area that is making direct orders. I want you to be in control and in communication. Why? Because we are not going to go to communist America, and we're not going to have QR codes on our phones or a little certificate that says we are COVID free or anything like that. That's wrong. It's disgusting, and we're not. That's not America. America doesn't work that way. Okay, now let's head into the comedic aspect of tonight's show. Let's go to comedy, and I'm going to take you to first one is Representatives Ocasio-Cortez and Tlaib, who propose an amendment to defund opportunity zones. Now, I could explain this one to you fully, but I'm going to actually just let you watch the video of it. It's from OAN. Okay, let me take you over to this. I'm going to let you actually watch the video of it because I want you to see how insane this is, okay? And this was actually a bipartisan effort, part of a bill, to where both Republicans and Democrats work together to create opportunities for more workers. And these two morons, actually three morons, want to get rid of it. So let me take you to the video. It's about 2.5 minutes from OAN, but it's fantastic.
Two of the four left-wing congresswomen, known collectively as the Squad,
Okay, hold on a second. I actually think the audio is not working because everything got updated. So I'm not going to show you that right now because I don't think the audio is working for you guys, and I want to make sure. Let's see here. Hold on one second. I want to make sure this is correct because it looked like it was not working. Yeah. Okay. There's no volume on that. I'm not going to show you now because obviously it's not working. So let me take you through this. Basically, maybe I'll post a link afterwards because the software is not allowing you to do that. I got it. No sound, guys. Totally understand. It's a problem in the actual software. So I'm going to explain it to you what it is. Okay. So Representatives Ocasio-Cortez, Tlaib, and Presley proposed an amendment. All right. I'm going to take you over to the page just so you can see it. Okay. The Democratic lawmakers are trying to defund a program that is meant, okay, to increase investment in underdeveloped areas of the country. One America's Shane Althouse, so she reported on it. What happened is you actually had, I wish you could see the video, but whatever. We'll fix it later. I'll drop the link in. What happened was Republicans and Democrats both decided to put more money into inner cities for the stimulus package to get inner cities working and to get them more productive, right? It was called an opportunity zone. That's what they made it as. Now, is it perfect? I don't know. But what happened was these two and then three decided they're actually trying to take it down. They're trying to have it removed. They're trying to make it go away because they believe that it's offensive and it's discriminatory. I honestly can't make it up. Okay, I can't make up any of what they're doing because they're both, the Squad is completely insane. All right, completely out of their minds. They have lost it, and they look at literally what they want is they want the American government. They want you and I, taxpayers, to fund everybody's life. That's what they want. So they will defund a program. And I'm not a big fan of programs in government, by the way. So, I mean, I'm not even saying I think it was like a perfect thing. But if you're putting money into the inner cities, and black congresswomen and congressmen were behind this as well. When you're putting money into the system in the inner cities to make them better, that's a big problem. All right. They want to tear down because they want government to run your life and the world. All right. This is what we're dealing with. Now, I'm kind of bummed out because I have no audio for the next two videos. So what I'm going to do, because I'll make the best of it, and we're headed towards the end of the show anyway, is we'll just do this, okay? The next one, I'm going to show you the tweet, okay? The tweet is basically how there's actually conservatives going around and they're funding two drives. One is basically called Walk Away. Now, let me show you the tweet so it makes more sense, okay? People are waking up all right, by the thousands to the real Democratic Party and are walking away. In the past 60 days, more than 86,000 people have joined the movement. Now, this gentleman down here, I'll play the video, but you're not going to hear it, obviously. But so I'll talk over it. So their demonstrators are gathered in Baltimore, and they're actually rescuing Americans from the Democrat Party, and it's called hashtag Walk Away. And this gentleman right here has actually helped save 86,000 people and more amongst their group, pulling people out of the liberal Democratic Party and educating them, not even just educating them fully on Trump, but educating them on conservatism and conservative economics in the Constitution. All right. This is absolutely tremendous. Okay, yes, it's Brandon Straka. He's fantastic. They are making a difference in the world. So do me a favor, please go support all of these patriots. Please support every one of these patriots because they're doing amazing work and they are helping literally the world heal. That's what they're helping do. You got to go there. I'll drop all the links in afterwards because I know you guys aren't able to hear it, which is a bummer. But anyway, you saw it. You see that it's happening. This is the important part. We're actually saving human beings. And I'm not saying that I am for the Republican Party. Obviously, we've discussed this many times. I don't like the two-party system. I don't like labels. But I only see one way going forward in the next 100 days. And I don't know any other way. We cannot go the other way. This is literally freedom versus tyranny. This is America versus communism. This is good versus evil, if you can even consider them evil, and I consider them worse than evil. So this is the only way you can go. Now, the next one I want to show you is literally 39 seconds. You're not going to hear the audio. Obviously, we just talked about that. The video alone does it justice. Now, what's happening is, in this short video, Jerry Nadler, representative out of New York, is being asked by, I believe, a Kyle Kashuv. You'll see it on the Twitter feed. And he asked about Antifa, whatever you want to call it, pronunciation. And Jerry Nadler in the audio says that Antifa is not real and that actually it's a Washington, D.C. narrative being pushed by essentially Trump and the Republicans. Now, the reason why I want you to watch this, not only what he says is completely insane. The other part, which is even more important, is I want you to see how Jerry Nadler essentially carries himself as a human being. All right. Now, I don't claim to be the most wonderfully dressed person on a Saturday, Sunday when I'm home by myself and relaxed and maybe in some like sweatpants and a shirt and whatever. But when you represent America, when you represent the people, right? When you're a public servant, you should take care of yourself. You should be, not all wrinkled and destroyed and everything else. So you're not going to hear the audio, which is itself a big thing. Just look at the way he's dressed. I don't know if I've seen guys shorter than him in a long time, and it doesn't matter how tall you are. However, I want you to look at I'm going to actually pull you over to this real quick. Look at it. So look at his tie, which is longer than his belt, which is a no-no when you're in the suit and tie dressing world. His belt is actually above his pants because they don't actually fit because he's so large. And when he walks, watch him walk away. He clearly is a very unkempt individual. He's not well taken care of. And watch how he walks. And then there's a picture below that I'm going to show you as well, because this is how this representative represents his district and America. This is what's representing you, America. Watch this. He said that Antifa is a myth. That's basically what he said. Now watch him walk. He's a train wreck. And yes, I am insulting him because he knows better and he should carry himself better. And he is very unhealthy. And I don't believe that is how America should be represented. Okay, now below, this is the meme that was going around a long time ago. And this, I don't believe this is photoshopped. However, he is that short. He does pull his pants up that high, and he actually does walk in a strange way. Now, I am not going after somebody on their looks, okay? Obviously, there are people out there that have handicaps. They have people that have disabilities. I am a physician. I understand that. I do not pick on people. What I'm doing here is I'm making a call and a claim that we have a train wreck for a congressperson who is completely unkempt and does not represent America at this point. He is a mess. And that right there is your Congress. Part of it, obviously. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the next thing. And I'm actually logging in right now. I'm logging in to my Coinbase, which is cryptocurrency. So excuse me for looking down right now while I get it all set up because it logged out on me while I was doing this. Okay. Okay. I'm going to show you something before I show you crypto. Okay. Who wants to see how crypto is bought? I know you do. So let me know while I tell you the next story. Let me know in the comments if you want to see how crypto is done tonight. I'm going to do one transaction for you, okay? One transaction, how crypto works, so you guys can get an idea of it, okay? Now, here is Sarah Gonzalez from Texas on Twitter. Very big following. She hosts Blaze TV. Maybe you've heard of Blaze TV before, okay? Let me show you what she posted tonight, because if you live in New Jersey, this is coming to you, and it's not going to be just New Jersey, okay? This is going to be every school system, most likely across the country, if they get opened up, okay? This is Sarah Gonzalez tonight. So I'm going to scroll down. So basically, in her world, you need a mask to train your kids before schools open in New Jersey districts. Say, here's how to do it. She is posting, and I did not see where this article came from. All right. This is what they're showing you, that you need to train your kids to wear a mask before schools reopen in New Jersey. That's what the districts are saying. Okay, and this actually shows they're going to be required to wear face masks in class in New Jersey this fall. All right, this is what she showed tonight. I didn't go through all of her feeds, but this was the thread to it. But basically, she's showing you, and she obviously has her little comment on what they're going to do. But there you go. Okay, this is complete insanity. Absolute complete insanity. They want you to train your kids, and they're literally saying it. Mask train. Mask train your children. How about that, folks? How do you like communism now? How do you like socialism? This is what you got, dude. This is what you have. This is what your Congress, this is what your government has brought to you that they think you're going to love. Okay? Yeah. So I'm not going to stay in that long. I'm just going to let you know. You guys have decisions to make when it comes to all this junk coming down the path. Okay? It's insane. And I don't like it. I think you're going to see a lot of people homeschool and unschool, just letting you know. But this is outrageous. Now, before we head off tonight, so many people have asked me how to do this. I'm going to show you how to do it, okay? But first, because I already bought some today, so I don't want to buy into the same coin. I'm going to buy into something else, and I'm going to just take you through a really quick two-step process to show how you can look it up and how you can do your research, okay? I know a lot of people want to see this. Okay, so the coin that I'm going to buy tonight is called Stellar Lumens. I'm going to show you first how to Google it, obviously, or DuckDuckGo it. I still use both. I predominantly still use DuckDuckGo, but sometimes I need Google for certain things. But that's why I also have a VPN, which blocks my IP address, so I'm still covered by both ways, okay? But I'm first going to show you how you look it up and how you do research into it, okay? So let me take you to the stellar. Let me tell you how you actually Google or DuckDuckGo stellar lumens, okay? Let's see here. Let me take you over. Okay, so I've already Googled for you, right? Stellar lumens up at the top. It's STELLAR. Lumens, LUMENS, okay? Obviously, it pops right up. It's called stellar.org. You'll also see the logos and off to the right, okay? I'm going to click on Lumens Stellar. It's going to bring up the website. Okay, this is where you can actually go through, research, and study stellar lumens, all right? Yes, you can also use Brave and you use DuckDuckGo. I use those as well, but for some things I still need Chrome and I still need Google because they work differently behind the scenes. If you're using software on certain things, you still have to have Chrome and Google. There's not really a way around it, okay? Especially when it comes to video. Other channels like the Braves and the DuckDuckGos do not always love video streaming, and so there you go. Okay. This is the Stellar Lumens. This is how you learn, okay? Right from the beginning, Stellar was made to support digital representations of any currency, but it also has its own built-in token called the Lumen. I'm not going to go through this all tonight with you and show you guys. You're going to have to go do this for yourself because everyone needs to research on their own. I can only point them in the direction. It's created to fill a special role in the network. By design, Stellar requires that each account hold a small number of lumens at all times. The lumen requirement is modest. A few is more than enough for most accounts. The full technical details are covered in Stellar's docs, which you can click on. But then why does Stellar require lumens? It goes through this whole thing. So it's an actual coin, okay? Now, if I take you back here again, this actually shows you right here. Stellar is an open source decentralized protocol for digital currency to fiat money transfers, which allows cross-border transactions between any pairs of currencies. The Stellar protocol is supported by a 501(c)(3) nonprofit, the Stellar Development Foundation, okay? So I'm showing you. You don't have to understand it all, but you also get the research, okay? Yes, I have a VPN. I'll go into that a little bit later, okay? Here, let me take you to Coinbase. Okay, now, here is Coinbase. You guys are getting a little, now you're getting a sneak peek behind my world, okay? So I have some money sitting in there. All right, have some money sitting in there, and what I'm going to do, I'm already logged in. Okay, so I can click back and forth on all this stuff, and I'm logged in. Okay, so here's the home of Coinbase, Coinbase.com. All right, Coinbase is one of the ones I use because it's not a lot of people love Coinbase. It's back and forth, but it works for me. Okay, so I have a portfolio balance. My portfolio balance right now, because I just bought some more. So I bought a lot of Ripple today. Okay, so you can see I bought a lot of Ripple today. So I have 1,126 more coins of Ripple. Okay, now here are the prices. Okay, this is the market. This is the crypto market. All right, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, etc. All right, now Stellar Lumens is right here. It's not 0.0996 cents a coin. So basically 9 cents, 10 cents if you round up. All right, so you can click on this and it brings it up. Okay, now I can buy it here, but I'm not going to show you that way, okay, because I'm going to show you a direct way. But see how it's got this right here? Okay, there's your dollar amount, and it actually is down a little bit, which is fine. I'm buying it low, which I love, okay? Tell me if everyone likes this, because I've been asked about this a lot, and this is the first time I'm actually really doing it, okay? I'm going to go back to the home. Now, here's 6 coins right here, okay? These are the hot ones. They're on a watch list. If I click on Stellar Lumens here, right down at the bottom right, it brings me up to the same page. Now, I'm going to really do something super simple here just so you guys see it, okay? Here's the little zeroed out. I'm going to buy $25, okay? I'm buying Stellar Lumens. I'm using my account to do it with. I'm not going to click into here because then that shows my account. I'm not going to give anybody that information. But $25, one-time purchase. I'm buying Stellar Lumens with my account. All right. I preview the buy. Here it is. So I'm paying with my bank. Here's the price, my purchase. So there is a Coinbase fee. So I am paying $1.50, which is way outrageous, but whatever. If it goes up enough, I make money on it, okay? So I buy now, and literally it's waiting, and it was submitted and done. So I can cancel that out. If I go back over here to home, at some point, very possibly, so actually it just went up. It already popped up. So literally within seconds. So if I go to my portfolio, okay, I bought $250 worth of XRP today, and then I bought $23.38 of lumens, which gives me 234 XLM Stellar Lumen coins. Okay, that literally is as simple as it is. Now, I will tell you that I do not leave it there. So probably by tonight or tomorrow, I will actually go on with my wallet, my ledger. I'll plug it into my computer, and I will download that to my ledger. So it is literally sitting with me, and I own it, and I have all the information. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps. I'm gonna go right into questions. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm only gonna be on here for a couple of questions because it's getting late. I went way over an hour because of my audio. So I'm not gonna go too much longer because it is Sunday night and all of us have to get up and go do some stuff. Okay. Is there a price per transaction? No, there's not a price per transaction. Some of them are price per transaction. Some of it's just based on the amount you spend. I think there might be a 3% at one point. But in my world, I was actually talking to a friend of mine tonight via text, and he basically said, for what it can go up and the amount we could make off of it, the expense is not enough. Okay, it's little compared to what you're going to make. So, for example, I have a lot of XRP. I've probably spent maybe, I don't know, $100 in actual fees to get it. All right. So, but if XRP, where I bought it 19 cents, goes up to $100 or $1,000 a coin, I don't mind if I spend a couple $100 to get it, because that would turn into potentially hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars. Now, am I saying that's what's going to happen? No, but that's what it could be. Okay. Let's see here. Let me check one more thing for you guys because I get a lot of questions on this, and I want to. Okay. I cannot block out my VPN, and I don't want you guys to see the information because I don't have the software on right now to do that because I wasn't planning on it. I will just tell you that here, this is what I'll do. Let's see. Okay. It's called Virtual Shield. I will show you right now what Virtual Shield looks like. Oops, hold on. It's not working. My computer's going haywire, which means it's time to shut it down for the night. Okay, didn't work. I use Virtual Shield for VPN. That's what I use. It works very well, and I love it. So I can put that link in there as well. Okay, perfect, guys. Somebody asked about diverticulitis. Diverticulitis is a problem in the colon area. It's typically heavy metals. A lot of times it is parasites. I handle that a lot. I actually am just handling. We had somebody who had Crohn's, and got them to handle Crohn's in probably less than 2 months. It's basically gone. So yes, Crohn's, diverticulitis, anything like that is very easily handled. I'll put up the website right now. Okay, there you go. If you guys need help with that, absolutely be happy to do it. And yes, guys, I'm shutting this down soon because we're having some freezing up. The audio went crazy, and then it wouldn't let me show stuff. So that means Dr. Dean is 2 overtime, and it's time to go. Okay. I have not bought any XMR. I'll have to look at XMR. I'm actually going to be going on a gold, silver, and crypto buying spree this week, just so everyone knows, okay? I'm going to be going on a gold, silver, and crypto buying spree this week because, guys, I am not a get rich quick person, all right? Doesn't work that way. I have not gotten to where I've gotten in life without a lot of hard work. Nothing came overnight. None of it, okay? So I am not expecting crypto to blast off and make me a millionaire overnight. However, from what I read, there are chances that some of these cryptos that I'm buying for 9 cents, 10 cents a coin, 20 cents, where I can put 20 bucks in, 100 bucks in, 200 bucks in, whatever it is, if I can put that in there, if that within a year turns out to be $100 a coin or $1,000 a coin, yeah, within a year or two, you could actually have hundreds of thousands of dollars in your account and or millions of dollars into your account. So for me, it's worth it to spend a couple $1,000s over a couple years to potentially make hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars and either hold on to that or cash it out and be very, very wealthy. So you don't have to have tons of money in it. Even if you throw $5 here, $10 there, whatever, it still can add up at the end of the day, but you have to know how it works. Okay. Tim McFadden, message me and I'll figure out XMR with you. Cause if you're onto something, I know you're a pretty smart dude. I'd be happy to jump into it as well. Hypothyroid hypertension. Okay, well, you got to handle the thyroid because a lot of times the thyroid controls the heart rate. Well, it does. And we have to handle out why. You have to go to the source of it, okay? Audio is constantly cutting out. So, yeah, guys, last question because I'm killing this thing for the night because some reason it's acting really weird, okay? And I'll get it figured out. Let's see. Colorado, love you as well. Let's see. Buy and hold, can you lose it? You can't. Well, you can lose it if it goes down to zero. Of course you can. It's investment. Any investment can be lost. Totally. That's why you have to do it smart. You don't. None of this have I done off a whim. This has all been studied and researched. Okay. Can't hear me. Okay, guys. I am done for the night. If you need help, go here. I can help you there with health. The audio is messed up. I will get it fixed by tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. Be well. The voice is also saying I'm done. So, guys, love you all. Be well. Serve somebody. Help somebody. We'll talk about wallets tomorrow. I'm gonna get the audio fixed though. Okay. Have a great night, Dr. Jason Dean, Revolution Network. Love everybody. Bye bye.